would you say to the survivors who feel like they haven't gotten justice?
You are the worst reporter. No wonder CNN has no ratings because of people like you. You know, she's a young woman. I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile on your face.
I'm asking you about survivors.
You know why? You know why you're not smiling? Because you know you're not telling the truth, and you're a very dishonest organization, and they should be ashamed of you.
I guess Don Trump has been spending his limited free time watching Uncle KC, because we have been talking about Kaitlan Collins. Katie, woo! Katie, woo! We have been talking about the girl named Rue and her inability to smile for years. I remember years ago when Rue was co-hosting the Morning Dump on CNN with Don Lemon. At the time, I was willing to give Rue the benefit of the doubt. I mean, if I'm starting my morning every morning sitting next to Don Lemon, I would not be in the mood to smile either. But then, Donnie gets fired, and the girl named Rue is elevated to prime time, and she never smiles. She is given high-profile roles at the network. She's moderating town halls. Never smiles. Kaitlan Collins is collecting $3 million a year in woke welfare. Never smiles. The question is why? I don't smile a lot because ain't nothing pretty. My ratings are smaller than the population of a small city. In her defense, there really is no reason for Rue to smile. Hell, there's no reason for anyone working at this dump of a network to smile. Headline at the Daily Mail: CNN has lost nearly 2/3 of its viewership since 2016 amid growing fears that the network is circling the drain. Circling the drain? The Daily Mail is being overly polite here because CNN has spent the last few years circling the pooper. This network is on life support, and according to the prognosis from Woke Memorial Hospital, there is a slim chance of long-term survival. Here in a couple of months, I'm going to be out of the country for 7 or 8 days. Won't have access to a reliable internet connection, so I'm prepping videos to be uploaded during my absence. One of the ideas that I came up with is a documentary-style video on the fall of cable news, and CNN will be the primary focus of the video. 10 years ago, and throughout the Trumpers' first term in office, CNN was averaging around 1 million viewers every night in prime time. In 2020, CNN was the most watched network in cable news during the day. For decades, and I know this is hard to believe, but CNN used to be perceived as the nonpartisan network. Anytime there was breaking news like the Savannah Guthrie story or the bad booger controversy at the Anti-American Bowl, millions of viewers would turn on CNN out of habit. So, how did CNN go from being the most reliable name in news to being the steaming turd that refuses to be flushed? According to executives at the network, it's cord cutting, damn it! These damn millennials, they're no longer watching cable. They are streaming their TV off the internets. I don't hear ESPN complaining about cord cutting. Last week, ESPN issued a press release boasting about their most watched January in years. Fox News doesn't seem to be struggling. Hell, with Nielsen's new and improved rating system, most networks are seeing drastic increases. The only ones that seem to be struggling are Unrivaled and the WWE, which makes sense, since both target audiences that are convinced that the make-believe they're watching is actually real. And unsurprisingly, CNN continues to struggle. Now, to their credit, It is not from lack of effort. There have been leadership changes. Mark Thompson is the third president in the last 5 or 6 years. The daytime and primetime lineups have been altered. When Mark Thompson was hired, he promised to rescue the Titanic. I will be the captain that steers this turd into the digital age. Digital age, analog age, dark age, doesn't matter. The truth is, CNN is a dying brand, and like his predecessors before him, Mark Thompson has refused to do the one thing that would give CNN a chance to survive. It's the same thing Uncle KC suggested 5 years ago. For reasons unknown, CNN refuses to eradicate the woke fungus. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the second channel is in the description below. Today on the second channel, going to be talking about the mainstream sports media turning on Adam Silver. The media is questioning whether Adam Silver is the right commissioner for the NBA. Here on the channel, we've been saying for years, Adam Silver should be fired. Took the media for maybe 5 years to realize it, but they have finally come to the realization that Adam Silver is not respected. Although NBA ratings are up, there are some very serious problems in the league. Problems Adam Silver has tried to address and failed. I'll give you all the details, so click the link in the description below, subscribe to the second channel. With CNN losing nearly 70% of their audience in the last 10 years, they are also facing serious declines in revenue and profit. According to Variety, CNN is projecting to lose $400 million in profit in 2026. 10 years ago, the network was clearing $1 billion in profit. 10 years later, they've lost 40% of their profitability. Well, Uncle KC, who cares? CNN is still projecting to make $600 million in profit this year. I had lunch with one of my friends last week. We're both self-employed. We were talking about revenue, profit declines. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how much money you're making. If you lose 40% of your income, it hurts. Think about it. Let's say you're making $200,000 a year. Everything is going your way. Your lifestyle has drastically improved. 2 years later, your income drops 40%. You go from $200,000 a year to $120,000, still making good money, but your lifestyle is different. You lose $80,000 in disposable income, you're going to notice. It's the same thing with CNN. You lose $400 million in disposable income, it hurts, but that's okay. Executives at CNN, they have come up with a brilliant solution to their problem. They have formulated a plan to offset the financial losses they are seeing on cable. We are embracing the streaming revolution. Instead of our viewers not watching us for free on cable, we're going to charge our viewers monthly to access our high-quality programming on our streaming service. What? Excuse me? Let me make sure I'm understanding you correctly. There are around 70 million cable subscribers in the United States, which means 70 million people are already paying monthly for access to CNN, and they're not watching it. You mean to tell me you're going to offset those losses by charging people more money to access a streaming service for a network that they're already not watching? Am I the only one that remembers CNN Plus? Anyone else remember that dump? No one? No one else remembers CNN Plus? Hell, that's okay. People at CNN don't even remember that turd. CNN Plus launched in April of 2022. It was a streaming platform that was built around so-called major stars. We have Jamel Hill. We have Rex Chapman. We even lured Chris Wallace away from Fox News. Sign up today for CNN Plus and you can be sedated by these huge stars. I don't think I need to explain why CNN Plus was a huge embarrassing failure. Jamel Hill? Really? Jamel Hill could be standing with a collection of breadcrumbs in the middle of Ethiopia, and she still wouldn't attract an audience. CNN Plus launched in the beginning of April of 2022. By the end of the month, it ceased to exist. CNN spent $300 million to polish this turd. In their first and only month of operation, they were literally giving away access. Subscribers were paying $3 a month for access to this garbage. And in 4 weeks, CNN only managed to sign up 100,000 subscribers. Maybe I'm skeptical, but I don't think streaming is the solution to the problem. The real problem at CNN, besides the fact that they refuse to eradicate the woke fungus, the real problem, CNN doesn't have any stars. Besides the American hero Scott Jennings, I am a real American. Besides the American hero, who is generating attention at CNN? Who is creating viral moments? Who is entertaining the microscopic audience? Last year, CNN averaged 432,000 viewers during the day, 573,000 in prime time. It's not hard to understand why. In the year of our Lord 2026, who in the hell wants to watch Wolf Blitzer? Woof, woof, woof! Who wants to watch Wolf Blitzer develop another wrinkle? Who wants to watch the donut diva Brian Stelter be transported to the studio on a forklift? Listen to this lineup of heavy hitters. You tell me if you're wasting your time watching this garbage. You start your morning with some dude named Boris and bitter Brianna Kyler. Then you're sedated by Jake the Bongo Tapper, who is aged into a librarian. Andy Cooper, the girl named Rue. Laura Coates. Alex Michelson, gender unknown. Who in the hell are these people? Say what you want about Don Lemon, but at least he generated heat. Don Lemon kept CNN in the headlines. Now, of course, he couldn't turn that heat into ratings because Don Lemon had go-away heat. But even with that being the case, Don Lemon provided value because Donnie gave you free publicity. Other than Scott Jennings, there is not a single personality at CNN capable of generating headlines. And when you're in the news business and you're incapable of generating news, you have a serious problem. We used to talk about CNN all the time here on the channel. I'm sure longtime viewers have noticed I quit talking about CNN as much. Why? Lack of interest. And that is one of the main problems at the network. Other than the American hero, CNN doesn't have anyone else who is capable of generating interest. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.